What's up, guys? This is Tom. It is Monday, September 16th. I am back. Videos are back, so you can all stop worrying about the sky falling in. Same old Monday. Started with no hook, no feet. Some of us, since we've been doing this for quite some time, we've been doing, some of us go up on doubles, some of us go up on singles. Just depends on how you're feeling. Just really working, trying to get a straighter pull off the floor and keeping that bar really close to you. With the no hook, no feet, if you don't keep that bar close, you are not making the lift. The whole purpose of it is the minute that bar hits your hips, because you're not hook gripping and you're not like jumping or whatever you want to refer to it, your feet aren't moving at all, you're just lifting up and down. The goal is once it bar hits your hips, it's trying to come out of your hands, and you got to use your hamstrings and pull yourself down as quickly as possible to get under the bar, make sure you can make that lift. So a straight pull and quick under the bar makes it better. That was wow. So we, like I said, we all started with no hook, no feet, and then we moved on to our snatches, 7 singles at or around 80%. You're feeling good going up. Some people are feeling really good. After doing these for a couple weeks, you kind of, like if you do about a week or two of no misses or very few misses, you're going to go up a little bit like I think Trevor did here. Sean did the same thing. They would, every set that they did, they added like another kilo or two, and then James got a little crazy here, went from 120 to 131 and made it, so that was impressive. Here's Ryan. I know Ryan's been dealing with some shoulder, bicep, wrist issue. That whole right arm of his is kind of messed up right now, but he still was going after PRs, and I don't know if any of the misses are in here or not, but there were some really good pulls on his part. I myself, I got back from travel. I felt like complete caca. I just squatting really early in the morning, then trying to catch a flight, and then sitting around in the airport, and then going straight to practice just wasn't smart on my part, but everybody else did really well. Sean is doing a much better job keeping that bar close to him. In the past 3 weeks, I can count on one hand how many times I've seen him actually press a weight out, which is the exact opposite of when he first got here. So he's doing a really good job keeping that bar close, and as soon as he hits, he drops right under it. And then Mike here has been tinkering around with his pull a little bit, and it looks phenomenal. I mean, he was efficient before, but if it was possible, I think he's even more efficient now. Matt's dealing with a little bit of a back injury. I know Sean is too, actually. Both their backs are kind of bugging him. It's just a lot of the volume and everything like that. This was probably one of my singles, probably as high as I went. That was iffy. I was not holding form very well for some reason. Well, I mean, I know why, but once I would get to the top of my pole, I wasn't keeping my back straight, wasn't keeping everything tight, and the bar was getting out in front of me a little bit, and I was coming forward a little bit on the catch. So I did my singles at 20. I was supposed to do them at 30, and I just called it there. And then after we were done with our snatches, like I said, 7 singles, after we finished those, we moved on to our clean and jerk complex. As you see, James and Caleb are already on there because they were racing each other to see who could set the world record for quickest workout. And we do the snatch complex, which is a clean pull or deadlift. Some people don't really do the pull part. And then they lower it back down to low hang clean, 2 front squats and a jerk. And you see Morgan, she was looking particularly fast yesterday with her snatches. Her back is almost 100% now, and she is doing really well. Look at Gumby there. Holy Toledo. That was awesome. I didn't see that yesterday. That was pretty cool. But yeah, and then James is doing the complex. I believe he went after an attempt, or a PR attempt yesterday, 162 or 3. I don't remember. It was one of those two. But by the time he's done with the front squats, his legs were dead, and then he came over afterwards and he just flat out said, he goes, my legs are killing me. So it is what it is. Some days, the clean feels a lot better than the clean and jerk. It is what it is. Just do what you can do. And then here you see Trevor kind of going back and forth right now, just trying to feel out between the, look at that. There we go. Little upper back on that one, but that's okay. Trevor, he goes back and forth right now between the power jerk and the split jerk. It's hot or miss. It's hot or miss. I meant to say hot or cold or hit or miss, and I ended up combining them. Go me. It just he sometimes the split jerk feels good, and then there's other days the power jerk feels really good. I know we have a meet coming up for the MuscleDriver Fall Open. If you are in the area, please come by for that. Should be a good time. The entire team, I believe, is lifting. Unless the only people that will be probably wild cards would be Morgan and Travis, because they have a camp for the World Championships out at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs. So I have no idea. They might be either leaving Friday or Sunday. So, but yeah, everybody else on the team will be lifting at that meet. So if you're in the area, or if you want to do a meet, it's free. It's a sanctioned meet. Come on down. It'll be great to see everybody. The facility will be open like it was last time. There's Matt. Matt's pull is getting a lot better. He's kind of reverted back a little bit to that arm bend thing, but it's nowhere near where it was before. Look at that. A little forward on his catch, but yeah, you see he's limping around like he's 40. But it was a good lift on his part, so whatever. It is what it is. But you see Matt, like, he has a little bit of a premature arm bend, but it's nowhere near where it's different than it was before, because when he would do the arm bend when he first got out here, he was like trying to like pull the bar up before it was in his hips by bending his arms. And now he's just kind of like, I don't know, like cocking it back or whatever to get it back into his hip a little better, and it's not affecting his line of pull as much. He's actually using his legs a little bit better. He's keeping those hips set back behind his ankles in that position 1, and it's starting to pay off. He's also been doing a lot of work off the blocks, and that's been helping tremendously. I know when I first started, block work was money for me. That helped me a lot when fixing my pull and working on strengthening specific areas that I just wasn't hitting when I would pull from the floor. Look at that. He got a little on his toes on that catch, but whatever. No press out, and that's what matters. The judges ain't gonna give you a red light for being on your toes. They will give you a red light for bending those elbows on the catch. And then Dean had a pretty good day yesterday. Better day in the clean complex than he did in the snatch, but still, look at that jerk. He's so tall and just gets right under it. Him and Ryan both. They're about my height. I think Dean's might be taller than I am. I don't remember. It's been a while since I looked Dean in the eyes. But I know Ryan and I are the same height. Dean maybe like either an inch or two taller than me, or the same height. But they can get under that bar so well on the jerk. It's pretty cool. And then it makes me feel lazy because I don't get under the bar. So I think I did 1 or 2 singles at 50. I don't remember. I think I did 1. Again, I was just really dead and really tired from traveling. I went home for a wedding and to visit some family. I was talking to somebody who asked me the other day if I widen my clean grip out because I'm not adjusting my grip anymore. I'm not moving wider when I go from the clean to the jerk. That is a yes. I widened my grip just 1 finger space because I was watching some videos and whatnot, and even when I was training, I could feel myself jerking with one hand in a different position than the other, and that was just driving me nuts. So I was trying to figure out a way to keep my hands in the same position from the clean to the jerk. So I compromised, brought my clean grip out just a little bit, brought my jerk grip in just a hair, and so far it's working out. My clean feels a lot stronger. I don't feel like I'm catching bent over as much. And my jerk, I feel like I can transition right into it and go, and I don't have to wait so long in between to make the jerk. So that, along with, I was working on my upper body mobility a little bit and my shoulder mobility, wrist, forearm, stuff like that, has helped out tremendously. So everybody's really anxious to start maxing out again. I know I am too. We've been doing complexes and controlled singles, I guess, at a certain percentage, and everybody's been it's starting to get to the point where everybody's having very few misses. And usually when that happens, we're ready to start maxing out again, start hitting the bigger weights and seeing what can happen there. So I'm really excited for us to start our max. I'm really excited for that meet next week. And even though we just came off a really heavy volume cycle, I really think people will still be hitting some, either hitting PRs or hitting close to PRs at that meet next weekend, which will be really nice to see. Matt's got a little bit of a press out there, but like I said, his back was bugging him, so it is what it is. And the other thing to keep in mind, some people, they're like, oh, we're not going as heavy as you did last time or whatever. When you start having, Glenn might have a different view on this than I do, but people I work with and what things I've noticed, like when you're not feeling great or something is just not clicking, I don't find it necessary to keep pushing, because what you start doing is you start reinforcing bad habits. Me, for instance, like when I know that I'm not keeping my back tight and I'm not bringing that bar all the way up and through, and I'm not finishing my pull. Sean pointed out to me yesterday on my snatches I wasn't finishing my pull on the ones I kept missing. When I start doing that and then I try to compensate by doing something I've never done before, it's time to shut it down. And that's to some people here, with injuries or whatnot. Like if an injury is not allowing you to do something you would normally do, there is no reason to keep pushing. That's obviously my opinion. Some people would agree or disagree. Everybody's different. So just listen to your body a little bit when you're doing these things, and there's no need to push, because you could lead to injury. If you're trying to do something that you normally don't do, you put your body in a weird position, and you could tweak something, you could pull something, tear something. You don't want that happening. By the way, by wearing a backwards hat when you lift, you are automatically 10% cooler than you were lifting without that hat. Just a little FYI in there. I think, I'm sleeping on the bag. I was so tired. I laid down for a second. I think James is taking pictures. By the way, those of you who have a smartphone or something like that, or have Instagram, Twitter, whatever, go find James on there. James Tatum. He just got a smartphone not too long ago, and he is going bananas with the thing. He's always posting stuff on Instagram now. He tweets back to you, which is before, you can get James to respond back to a tweet that was it was a highlight of your day. Not so much anymore, because he does it all the time now. But if you're on there, go find James on Instagram or Twitter. All right, that was it. Glenn should be back tomorrow, and all will be right in the world. Until then, I will see you guys later.